ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
So yesterday we discussed about quotient of linear expansion. So linear expansion depends on only nature of the material and unit of temperature, and we also discussed about how to convert one unit of temperature to another unit. So how can we convert per degree Celsius to per degree Fahrenheit or per degree Fahrenheit to per degree Celsius, like that. So now we can discuss about, yesterday we discussed one formula, that is L2 is equals to L1 into 1 plus alpha into T2 minus T1. L2 is equals to L1 into 1 plus alpha into T2 minus T1, that's we discussed. Or alpha is equals to L2 minus L1 by L1 into delta T. Delta T in the sense T2 minus T1. So here also we can write it as delta L by L delta T. Alpha is equals to delta L by L delta T. So from this, alpha delta T is equals to delta L by L. So this is the fractional change. Delta L by L is equals to alpha delta T, that is the fractional change. Percentage change, delta L by L into 100 is equals to alpha delta T into 100. This is the percentage change. This is the fractional change and this is the percentage change. Alpha delta T is equals to delta L by L. So this is the quotient of linear expansion and it is the percentage change in this. And how can we do the next condition? Areal expansion, coefficient of areal expansion. So quotient of areal expansion next. Coefficient of areal expansion, or this is denoted with beta. Areal, or it is also called as superficial expansion. Areal expansion or superficial expansion. So how can we define this? See here, so let us say it is one rectangular sheet having length L and breadth B. Its temperature is initially T1 degree Celsius. Let us say its area A1 is equals to length into breadth. A1 is equals to length into breadth, first area. So for example, if the temperature increases, definitely the length and breadth also increases. So it is T2 degree Celsius. Temperature increases from T1 degree Celsius to T2 degree Celsius, and final area is, let us say it is L1 B1 and it is L2 B2. This is L2 B2. A1 is equals to L1 B1, A2 is equals to L2 B2. So this is length breadth and it is length breadth. This is a temperature T1 degree Celsius and this is a temperature T2 degree Celsius. So this is the situation now. So that means due to increase in temperature, area must be increased. So what is the change in area here? What is change in area? So delta A, that is equals to A2 minus A1. Change in area is equals to A2 minus A1. What is the change in temperature? Change in temperature. So delta T is equals to T2 minus T1. Delta T is equals to T2 minus T1. Now this quotient of areal expansion is defined as, so the ratio of change in area to original area per unit rise in temperature. Quotient of areal expansion is defined as ratio of change in area to original area per unit rise in temperature. Change in area to original area. its unit is also per degree Celsius, because unit of area and unit of area gets cancelled, remaining is denominator temperature, that is why it is per degree Celsius. So now this can also be written as B is equals to delta A in this is A2 minus A1 divided by A1 into delta T is T2 minus T1. Delta A is change in area, A2 minus A1, A1, initial area is A1 into temperature difference T2 minus T1 per degree Celsius, or this can be written as, so A1 into T2 minus T1 into beta is equals to A2 minus A1. Therefore, A2 is equals to A1 plus A1 beta into T2 minus T1. So, A2 is equals to A1 common 1 plus beta into T2 minus T1. This is the final area formula. This is the final area. So, this is the actually areal quotient of areal expansion. Quotient of areal expansion is defined as the ratio of change in area to original area per unit rise in temperature. Change in area to original area per unit rise in temperature. So, from this formula, let us see here. So, delta A by A into delta T is equals to beta. So, from this delta A by A is equals to beta delta T. Delta A by A is equals to beta delta T. This is the fractional change in area. Fractional means change by original. Fractional in the sense change by original. So, this is the fractional change in area. So, that is why we can write it as delta A by A into 100 is equals to beta delta T into 100. So, this is the percentage change in area. This is the fractional change and this is the percentage change. So, this is the quotient of areal expansion or superficial expansion. How can you define this? Definition: the ratio of change in area to original area per unit rise in temperature. Just like quotient of linear expansion, how we define that? Change in length to original length per unit rise in temperature. The ratio of change in length to original length per unit rise in temperature. So, in the same way here also it is change in area, in place of length it is replaced by area, that is all. So, this is quotient of areal expansion. Next, quotient of volume expansion. Coefficient of volume expansion. Next, and it is denoted with gamma. Quotient of volume expansion. How can you define quotient of volume expansion? So, it is defined as, so let us say definition: ratio of change in volume to original volume per unit rise in temperature. So, the quotient of volume expansion is defined as the ratio of change in volume to original volume per unit rise in temperature. Change in volume to original volume per unit rise in temperature. So, this is the quotient of volume expansion. So, how it can be defined? So, let us say it is a derivation. See here it is the cube. So, L is equals to B is equals to H here. So, it is a cube. So, cube initial volume is cube, let us say initial volume is equals to, let us say L cube V1 at temperature T1 degree Celsius. This is the initial volume of the cube at temperature T1 degree Celsius. And for example, if the temperature increases, definitely the length, breadth, height all are increases. Length, breadth, height all must increase. So let us say V2 is, let us say, L1 cube, and V2 is equals to L2 cube at temperature T2 degrees Celsius. This is the volume at temperature T1 degrees Celsius, and it is the volume at temperature T2 degrees Celsius. Volume at temperature T1 and it is volume at temperature T2 degrees Celsius. Now, so what is the here change in volume? What is change in volume? So delta V is equals to V2 minus V1, change in volume. So in the same way, what is change in temperature? Change in temperature. So delta T is equals to T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1. So this is the change in volume and this is change in temperature. Then according to definition, ratio of change in volume to original volume, that is delta V by V into delta T. This unit is also per degree Celsius. That unit is also per degree Celsius. Change in volume to original volume per unit rise in temperature. So our gamma can be written as V2 minus V1 by V1 into T2 minus T1. So per degree Celsius. So this is quotient of volume expansion. Quotient of volume expansion. So from this gamma into V1 into T2 minus T1 is equals to V2 minus V1. So that means V2 can be written as V1 plus gamma V1 into T2 minus T1. Then V2 is equals to V1 common 1 plus gamma into T2 minus T1. So this is the final volume. If the initial volume is V1, how can you find out final volume? V2 is equals to V1 into 1 plus gamma into T2 minus T1. So this is the situation. So this is quotient of volume expansion. So from this formula we know, so here ratio of change in volume to original volume per unit rise in temperature, that is the concept here. So now from this formula, gamma is equals to delta V by V delta T. So from this, delta V by V is equals to gamma delta T. So here delta V by V is nothing but fractional change in volume. Fractional change in volume. In the same way, percentage change. So delta V by V into 100 is equals to gamma delta T into 100. So that is the percentage change in volume. Percentage change in volume. So that is the situation here. So this is about quotient of linear expansion, areal expansion, volume expansion. So alpha, beta, gamma. So that means solids having three types of expansions. One is lengthwise, area wise and volume wise. Length is called linear expansion. Linear in the sense only one dimension. Expansion possible only in one dimension, that is called linear expansion. Areal expansion. Expansion exists in two dimensions. Volume expansion. Expansion exists in three dimensions. So that is the concept here. Now we can derive the relation between alpha, beta and gamma. Relation between alpha, beta, gamma. What is alpha? Quotient of linear expansion. Beta is quotient of areal expansion. Gamma is quotient of volume expansion. See here, To derive this, initially just I am considering a cube. Whose length is equals to 1, breadth is equals to 1, h is equals to also 1. Let us say each side of the cube is 1 meter. Length, breadth, height all are equal to 1. So let us say initially it is at temperature T1 degree Celsius. Initially, if it is at a temperature T1 degree Celsius, it is at temperature T1 degree Celsius initially. So now initial length L1 is equals to 1 meter. So initial area, let us say A1 is equals to length into breadth, that is 1 into 1. So that is 1. Length into breadth or length into length, whatever it is, L square, because all the sides are same. Initial length is 1 meter, initial area is also 1 meter square, and initial volume V1 is equals to length, breadth, height 1 1 1. So that is equals to 1 meter cube. Initial length is 1 meter, initial area is 1 meter square, initial volume is 1 meter cube. Initial volume is 1 meter cube. Next here, if the temperature is raised by 1 degree Celsius. If the temperature is raised by 1 degree Celsius, so that means T2 is equals to T1 plus 1. That means T2 minus T1 is equals to 1 degree Celsius. That is the rise in temperature. If the temperature is raised by only 1 degree Celsius, then T2 is equals to T1 plus 1. T2 minus T1 is equals to 1 here. So that means rise in temperature is only 1 degree Celsius. Due to increase in temperature, how much temperature increases here? Only 1 degree. Due to rise in temperature, definitely length of an object changes, area changes, and volume also changes. Due to rise in temperature, length increases, area increases, volume also increases. So first, final length formula, L2 is equals to L1 into 1 plus alpha into T2 minus T1. According to the quotient of linear expansion definition, we write final length of an object L2 is equals to L1 into 1 plus alpha into T2 minus T1. So here L2 is equals to L1 is 1 plus alpha into T2 minus T1 is also 1, then L2 is equals to 1 plus alpha. So final length, due to increase in temperature, definitely length of an object must be changes. So that is final length, L2 can be written as 1 plus alpha. Next, final area, A2 is equals to L square or L2 square. Length into breadth, height is 1 1 1. Whatever is the increase in length, breadth also increases the same and height also increases the same. So that's why I am writing L2 square here. So that is equals to 1 plus alpha whole square. So A plus B whole square 1 plus alpha square plus 2 alpha. Alpha value is very small, so alpha square is neglected. So we are not considering alpha square value. Therefore A2 is equals to 1 plus 2 alpha. A2 is equals to 1 plus 2 alpha. So, next final volume. Final volume V2 is equals to, I am writing L2 cube, volume of the cube, generally L cube, here I am writing L2 cube. So, that is equals to L2 cube. L2 is how much? 1 plus alpha, 1 plus alpha whole cube. So, that is equals to A plus B whole cube formula, 1 plus alpha cube plus 3 alpha square plus 3 alpha, 1 plus alpha whole cube, A cube plus B cube plus 3AB square plus 3A square B, 3A square B. So, that is here, that is V2 final volume. Alpha value is very small. So, alpha cube and alpha square terms neglected. So, alpha square and alpha cube terms neglected. Therefore, V2 is equals to 1 plus 3 alpha. This is V2. So, here L2 is equals to 1 plus alpha, A2 is equals to 1 plus 2 alpha, V2 is equals to 1 plus 3 alpha. Here we are neglecting alpha square and here we are neglecting alpha cube and alpha square. Why? Because means generally alpha value is of the order of 10 to the power of minus 6 approximately. Alpha value is of the order of 10 to the power of minus 6. 10 power minus 6 whole square means 10 power minus 12. 10 power minus 6 whole cube, 10 power minus 18. So, those values are very much less. That is why we are neglecting alpha square and alpha cube terms here. So, next. So, based on this we calculated initial length, initial area, initial volume, final length, final area and final volume. Next, so remember that initial length is equals to 1, initial area is equals to 1 meter square, initial volume is equals to 1 meter cube. So, next here, according to the definition, beta, quotient of areal expansion. Beta formula is A2 minus A1 by A1 into T2 minus T1. So, what is the value of A2 here? 1 plus 2 alpha minus A1 is 1 divided by again A1 is 1 and T2 minus T1 is also 1 degree Celsius. So, therefore, beta is equals to 2 alpha. So, the relation between quotient of areal expansion and quotient of linear expansion, therefore, beta is equals to 2 alpha, that is the relation. Next, quotient of volume expansion. From the definition of quotient of volume expansion, gamma is equals to, we know V2 minus V1 by V1 into T2 minus T1. So, V2, what is the value of V2 here? 1 plus 3 alpha minus V1 is 1 divided by 1 into T2 minus T1, 1. So, therefore, 1 gets cancelled, therefore, gamma is equals to 3 alpha. So, quotient of areal expansion beta is equals to 2 alpha, quotient of volume expansion gamma is equals to 3 alpha. So, now the relation between alpha, beta, gamma is, from this we can write it as alpha is to, beta is to, gamma is equals to, alpha is to beta value 2 alpha, gamma value 3 alpha. So, that is 1 is to 2 is to 3. So, alpha is to, beta is to, gamma is equals to, alpha is to, beta is to, gamma is equals to 1 is to 2 is to 3. That is the relation between alpha, beta and gamma. So, from this if we know the value of alpha, then we can calculate quotient of areal expansion and quotient of volume expansion. If you know the value of beta, we can calculate alpha and gamma, or if you know the value of gamma, we can calculate beta and alpha. Anything we can calculate. So if you know only one thing, we can calculate remaining 2. So that is the concept. So alpha is to beta is to gamma is equals to 1 is to 2 is to 3. So that is the relation between alpha, beta and gamma. So here no need to derive this anywhere, remember that, no need to derive this anywhere. Next here, so let us do some problems based on this from your material. In your page number 187, example 12, page number 187, example 12. A blacksmith fixes iron ring on the rim of the wooden wheel of bullock cart. The diameter of the rim and the iron ring are 5.243 and 5.231 respectively at 27 degrees Celsius. The temperature to which the ring should be heated so that it fits the rim on the wheel is. So this is the one of the application of expansion of solids. You know the cart of the wheel, bullock cart of the wheel. So that is wooden wheel, and this wooden wheel is surrounded by iron ring. Initially the diameter of the iron ring must be less than wooden wheel. Diameter of the iron ring must be less than wooden wheel. Then how can we fix that iron ring to the wooden wheel? So that is important here. If you increase the temperature of the iron ring, that means if we heat the iron ring, what happens? What happens? If we heat the iron ring, then the diameter of the iron ring increases. Diameter of the iron ring increases. Then if this ring is fitted to the wooden wheel and then it is cooled immediately, then it is tightly fitted to the wooden wheel. That is the concept here. Initially the iron ring gets heated so that its diameter increases, then it is directly fit to the wooden wheel and then cool immediately. Then it is tightly fitted. So that is the concept here. Initially, so diameters, let us say D1 and D2. So D1 is 5.231 and 5.243. Diameter of the rim and iron ring are, diameter of the rim is 5.243, diameter of the iron ring is 5.231. So that means less. Diameter of the iron ring is less and diameter of the wooden wheel is more. So in this situation, initial temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. Initial temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. And we have to find out final temperature. So alpha of iron is given as 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5. 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5. This is the values given per degree Celsius. Diameter of the iron ring, diameter of the wooden wheel, initially both are at temperature 27 degrees Celsius. Now we have to find out through what temperature the iron ring must be heated. Through what temperature the iron ring must be heated. So that is, we know from the definition L2 is equals to L1 into 1 plus alpha into T2 minus T1 final length. So in place of L I am considering D diameter. Diameter means only horizontal. Linear expansion only it is. Increase in diameter in the sense linear expansion. d1 into 1 plus alpha into t2 minus t1. So now d2 is how much? d2 5.243 is equals to 5.231 into 1 plus alpha into t2 minus t1 is 27. So that is 5.243 is equals to 5.231 plus 5.231 into alpha into t2 minus 27. So this 5.243 minus 5.231 is equals to 5.231 into alpha 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 into t2 minus 27. 5.243 minus 5.231 0.012. So it is 0.012 is equals to 5.231 into 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 into t2 minus 27. So from this we can write t2 minus 27 is equals to 0.012 divided by 5.231 into 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5. 10 to the power of minus 5. So that is 0.012 into 10 to the power of plus 5 divided by 5.231 into 1.2. So that is 3 zeros, that is 12 into 10 square divided by 5.231 into 1.2. 1.2 10s are. So t2 minus 27 is equals to 1000 by 5.231. So t2 minus 27 is equals to approximately, if it is 5, this is 200. So t2 is equals to approximately 227 degrees Celsius. So that means the iron ring should be increases to up to the temperature of 227 degrees Celsius. Approximately it is. So that is, this is the way. We know the formula L2 is equals to L1 into 1 plus alpha into T2 minus T1. So in place of L I am considering D. So next in your homework, in our module materials, page number 196. Page number 196, question number 14. 196, question number 14. The quotient of linear expansion of a metal is 1 into 10 to the power of minus 5. Quotient of linear expansion alpha is given as 1 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per degree Celsius. The percentage increase in area of the square plates of that metal when its temperature heated through 100 degrees Celsius. We have to calculate percentage increase in area of the square plates if the temperature increases to delta T is given as 100 degrees Celsius. Temperature is raised by 100 and that means temperature difference is 100. Now we have to calculate the percentage change in area. So we know beta is equals to delta A by A into delta T. So from this delta A by A is equals to beta delta T. This is the fractional change. Percentage change means delta by A into 100 is equals to beta delta T into 100. So that is this we have to calculate beta delta T into 100. But we don't know the value of beta. We know the value of alpha only. So we can write beta is 2 alpha into delta T into 100. So that is 2 into alpha is 1 into 10 to the power of minus 5 delta t is 100 into 100. So that is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 1. So 0.2. The percentage increase in area is 0.2%. That is the answer. Delta A beta is equals to delta by A into delta t. So delta A by A is equals to beta delta t, and this is the concept. So now next one more problem in the same page, it is 15th one. The length of each steel rail is 10 meter in winter. Length of each steel rail is 10 meter in winter. L is equals to 10 meter. The quotient of linear expansion is alpha is equals to 0.000012 degrees Celsius. 0.000012. This can be written as 12 into 10 to the power of minus 6 for our convenience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if the temperature is increases by 15 degrees Celsius, so temperature is increases by 15 degrees Celsius, and that means delta T is given. The gap should be left between the rails is, that's we have to calculate. Delta L, we know alpha is equals to delta L by L delta T. So delta L is equals to L alpha delta T. How much gap should be left between the rails? Delta L is equals to L alpha delta T. L is 10, alpha is 12 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into 15. 10 into so 1800 into 10 power minus 6. So that is 18 into 10 to the power of minus 4. So 1.8 into 10 to the power of minus 3, that is equals to 1.8 millimeters. How much amount of gap should be left? That is 1.8 millimeters, or simply 18 into so the value is third option is possible, 0.00 first option, 15th question, first option, 1.8 millimeters or 0.0018 meters, whatever it is. Next, so question number 17, let us say. 16th question, concept not yet done, so later we will discuss about that, loss or gain of time. So 17th question, metal plate of area 1.2 meter square, A1 is equals to 1.2 meter square, increases area by 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Increase, that means delta A is given. Increase in area, that is 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 4. When its temperature is rises from 0 to 100, delta T is equals to T2 minus T1, that is 100 minus 0, that is equals to 100. The quotient of cubical expansion of the metal is, from this we can calculate beta. Beta is equals to delta A by A into delta T. Delta A is equals to, delta A is 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by A is 1.2 into delta T 100. So 1.220. So 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. 100 come to the numerator, minus 6 it is. 10 square come to the numerator, it is minus 2, that is 2 into 10 power 6. That is the value of beta. And we have to calculate the quotient of volume expansion. So that is the first option. You calculate it, we got 2 into 10 to the power of minus 6, that is the first option. So you can give first option, but we have to calculate the value of gamma. So but beta is equals to 2 alpha, gamma is equals to 3 alpha. So beta by gamma is equals to 2 alpha by 3 alpha, 2 by 3. So gamma is equals to 3 beta by 2. Gamma is equals to 3 beta by 2. So therefore gamma is equals to 3 by 2 into beta is 2 into 10 power minus 6. So gamma is equals to 3 into 10 power minus 6. So that is the actual option. But if you didn't see the question properly, after this you can get 2 into 10 power minus 6. That is the first option. You people can give first option, that will be right. But actual option is 3 into 10 power minus 6. Now this is the question. Then in your homework, you can do up to the problems, homework problems, thermal expansion. So up to 21 problems you have. In that you can do first 11th one, 12th one you can do, 11th, 12th, 14th you can do, 15th you can do. So those 4 problems you can do in the module 1.